What's ironic is like the domains you own, that's almost like NFTs of like 1998.
There you go.
It's
That's
like, hey,
exactly
I'm
it.
going to sit on this.
Think
I
about
may
that.
make something big here, or someone else will want it for more. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Shawn and Matt Show. My name is Matt, that is Shawn, and welcome to our show. Shawn, in today's video, we're going to be talking about NFTs in real estate. We've talked about them before on Mars, but now we're going to be talking about them in our own backyard here on Earth. And then we're also going to be talking about Zillow and specifically CoStar, which may end up being Zillow's biggest competitor. CoStar, mostly commercial, but now they are taking aim at Zillow. They won't tell you they're taking aim at Zillow, but all of their acquisitions, like a recent one for over $150 million, points to being a big Zillow competitor. So, Shawn, let's start the show off with NFTs in real estate. And it seems like this is going to be a topic that's not going away anytime soon.
Not at all. And you know, the funny thing is we talked about this and we joked about this a couple of weeks ago about me selling my 3D tour of the house that I just sold, my prior house. But now the crazy thing is this is all really becoming a reality. And I believe we are on the cusp of a boom again, right? And, you know, before we were in like the tech boom in the 90s, and then now we're in the Bitcoin, you know, boom. But I believe the next boom, which is coming really soon, is the NFT boom. And there are so many cool things you can do with this. There's so many cool things. And the generation that just grew up, all they know is tech, right? I mean, they're more in virtual reality than they are in reality. And so who's going to be buying this stuff and possibly becoming millionaires in the future is all of these people that grew up in that era, right? So if you really think about it, it's such a good investment. I'm probably going to buy some of this stuff. I know me and Matt are. So yeah, tell us a little bit more about it.
So this article comes to us from venturebeat.com, and the title of the article is SuperWorld Teams with Props for Selling NFT Virtual Real Estate. Those words are in English, but I'm having a hard time understanding what they mean. So the lead of the article will explain this. SuperWorld is, love the name by the way, SuperWorld is a virtual world in an augmented reality that allows users to buy and sell virtual real estate using NFTs or non-fungible tokens. And the company said today that it's integrating props as its loyalty token. So essentially what it is, if you could imagine Google Earth satellite view, zoom in on New York City, and it's not shaped like here you can buy this building. It's more so shaped as, you know, a polygon or a rectangle. So, you know, if there's a building, it may bleed into the next building and a street. But essentially what it is you can buy squares in Google Earth, and you can basically own part of these buildings in this metaverse world. So obviously you're not going to walk down Park Avenue and walk into the front door and say that you're a part owner, but in this super world, you have this as your virtual real estate. And the coin used is Etherium, which trades for one Ether is about $2,448, so about $2,500. And each polygon is about 0.1 Ether, so basically $240, $250. However, not all polygons and not all real estate is created equally. So obviously, you know, you go towards the White House and prices start going up. You go to downtown Manhattan, prices start going up. So Shawn, well, you already spilled the beans, but are you going to buy any virtual real estate?
I think I am, honestly. And here's the thing is this is kind of the first website to do it, the first platform to do it. There probably will be others, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, you know, just like there's other coins out there, Bitcoins out there, there's going to be other NFT worlds. And which is the NFT world that is going to take over or take off, right? So this is, I think, the first one that we've seen or that we know about, SuperWorld. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth a couple $100. You know, $250. Like if you zoom over my house, I can buy the 7 houses that the rectangle takes over. Why not? Why not buy it for $250? You know, the thing is, you have to have Ethereum. You have to have an account where you can trade this stuff. So, you know, we just saw that yesterday Coinbase went live on the NASDAQ exchange for $250. So that is becoming the exchange for virtual currencies. And, you know, it's becoming a lot more widespread. When I bought Ripple years ago, I had to use this platform called Kraken, and I still use it. But it was really hard to get an account. You had to show all this information. So now that it's becoming easier, I think it's becoming more widespread for so many more people to purchase it. And the value of that coin's going to go up. Naturally, we've seen it go up. But so is the value of that real estate that you're going to purchase.
So a few key metrics of the SuperWorld is that there are 64.8 billion virtual plots of land. So Shawn, you know, you got married in Hawaii, correct? If you really like that part of Hawaii that has this special meaning to you, you know, you can go and buy that plot of land. And now these polygons, they start at 0.1 ether, and they are 100 meters by 100 meters. So they're not large, but the price certainly goes up from there. The article says that a stretch of the High Line in Manhattan is on the market for 333 ether, which equates to $704,000.
Wow.
You could buy like 7 houses in the United States for that price or more.
Crazy. Can you pull up a calculator real quick?
Yes.
If it was, you said how many billion?
64.8 billion
times. I mean, just say an average. Like the most of them are selling at 0.1 ether, right?
I mean, I might have to pull up like a
Sorry,
larger.
this is getting way big.
I'm
I
gonna
just
pull
want
up
to
a
see how much
larger
the world is
calculator.
worth in the virtual world.
But like, it's gonna come out with a number that you're gonna make me say that number. The number's gonna be too big.
It's gonna be a Google. Right?
I'm not gonna do the number because I'm not gonna know how to say the number.
Yeah. That's true. All right, we'll figure that out. Maybe we'll put it in the YouTube thing, and Matt won't have to say it.
I love Italy. Italy had this really cool idea to spurn real estate sales where they would sell a property for $1. However, you had to agree to, renovate the property, within 1 year or within 3 years of buying it. I mean, you could buy a townhouse or a house, in southern Italy with a view of, the ocean. But in order to get to the, house, there's no paved roads, you have to go up a hill, you have to renovate it, you have to deal with contractors, across the world. But what if I just had a really good time in Florence and wanted to buy a couple different plots of Santa Croce?
It's so cool, man. It's so cool. Any area that you've loved being, you have to be the first one to buy it because there's billions of plots, but you know that all those cool areas are going to be bought up. So think about those awesome areas that that could be worth something in the future. And start buying them up. I'm gonna start researching. It's fun.
SuperWorld has 12 employees, while Props has 15. Props has raised $23 million. On average, a paying user buys between 8 to 10 plots and spends $2,000 on the platform. I thoroughly believe that this is like Facebook or MySpace in 2003. Not all of these websites are gonna blow up. Some are just gonna disappear, and we're not gonna know what's gonna happen to them. And I don't know how easy it is to sell one of these, to get your money out, to transfer it, this, that, and the other. But certainly, we're on the cusp of something. And if you get in early,
very cool, man.
Could see some cool
things. If you got a couple
happen.
$1,000 just sitting there in an account, like, why not? Why not just throw it in there and
just throw it at it?
Yeah.
Throw it at cryptocurrency. See what happens.
Yeah.
All right. So our next article is. It's about CoStar, but it's more so about Zillow because it seems like everything is about Zillow. And the article comes to us from Inman.com, and CoStar acquires Homes.com for $156 million. The acquisition happened recently. CoStar's been in the commercial sector for a long time, and now they've They've since entered the residential market. They also had a big purchase in Homesnap a little while ago for $250 million. Shawn, I have never in my life gone to homes.com. I have never had a client reach out to me and say, hey, I saw this house on homes.com. I've never used this platform before. I had to literally go to homes.com right before this to take a look at the website. What do you think about homes.com?
I think it's a good URL, but I don't think it's a great platform. It's a good URL to own, but you've got to advertise it. And I don't think I've ever seen an advertisement for homes.com. However, at one point in my career, I got snaked into, hey, why don't you try to buy some leads? Hey, I'm going to try everything. Homes.com, wasn't the producer of leads that I wanted it to be, and I just don't think people are using it much, right? Everybody's going to Zillow because it's so easy. It's out there. Everybody knows it. Or Trulia, or Redfin. Those are the easy 3 platforms. Homes.com has got to do a lot of work, I think, to get to a competitor in the market. One is advertising and creating something new and cool, and that's what they need to do. So I understand the valuation. Homesnap sold for almost double the price of Homes.com. So I was thinking, wow, that's Homesnap was a higher value than Homes.com, but it makes sense because people actually used Homesnap.
So, what we're getting at here is everyone is trying to get to the Zillow level. Zillow is by far the most popular real estate website out there. Homes.com claims to get about 5 million monthly users, or monthly visitors, while Zillow gets about 35 million monthly visitors. So about 7 times the amount of Homes.com. And the CoStar CEO, Andrew Florence, claims that his company is not competing with Zillow, but rather the residential agent is Zillow's competitor. Now, Homesnap started as an app, by real estate agents for real estate agents. We're going to help out the real estate agent. And now they've purchased Homes.com, which is definitely a consumer-facing website, and now Homesnap is more so going after the consumer. Shawn, are these Zillow and Homesnap, are they competitors, or should we believe that Andy Florence is saying that they're not competitors and that the agent is Zillow's competitor?
Geez, I don't know. That's a tough question. I would say that right now, Homes.com, is that what you asked?
So
Homes.com and Homesnap,
yeah.
Are they competitors? I viewed Homesnap more as an agent tool, more than a user tool, like a client tool. I mean, clients can use it, and you can formulate that bond with them. But I didn't think it was a direct competitor.
So
to
you've
Zillow.
Bought leads from Homes.com.
Per se, yeah.
So let me get this straight. You have spent money on Homes.com in an attempt to get buyer leads.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Have you spent money on Zillow to get buyer leads?
I have not.
Okay. But agents do that.
And the reason, and I'll tell you, the reason you go Homes.com is because, all right, what can you afford? And this is years ago that I did this. The problem was that the platform on the back, anytime that you're dealing with real estate and real estate related products and somebody's selling you something, there's always another platform. And that's the cumbersome thing, is platform after platform. How can you relearn another platform? We don't have time to do that. And we have a CRM, right? If it can integrate with our CRM, then that's one thing. But if I have to go into my CRM, then I have to go to this platform for Zillow and then this platform for Homes.com. It doesn't work. You have to make it integrate, or else we're not going to use it. So to get back to your question, Homes.com, the reason I went that route is because it was cheap, but you get what you pay for, right? So they didn't really have the users that Zillow had or the platform that really worked, in my opinion. And so I just didn't see the return on investment. The key, though, is you have to do this for a long time. You can't just do it for a couple of months. And that's the problem, is agents get burnt out quickly because, hey, I just spent for 6 months, I spent $6,000 and I didn't really do anything. Why am I spending this money? So it's a hard dollar to spend. You have got to have money set aside that says, I'm doing this for a year and a half, and hopefully I make that money back.
Yeah, so I would argue that Zillow and Homes are very similar in a sense that real estate agents spend their money on those 2 sites in hopes of getting buyer leads. Now, I haven't spent money on either of those 2 sites, but I have spent money on Homesnap. I bought their yearly agent plan or something like that. I think it was discounted from $99. It's something like usually $4.99. Now it's discounted to $99. Why? Should I ask why it's discounted by $400? Either way, I didn't buy that hoping to get real estate leads. I bought that to unlock more power and control of my profile so that if other agents and consumers were searching for me, more things would show up. So in a sense, Homesnap is trying to get the agent to pay for a boosted profile. Now, they have other programs where you can pay for Homesnap ads, Facebook ads, social media ads. I've seen the ads. They're very bad. They're very bad.
I don't know why anybody spends money on this.
So it looks like Homes is going to, rival Zillow in a sense of whatever Zillow's doing, just try to do it like Zillow, but probably not as good as Zillow. And what's interesting is, Homes.com is a Virginia-based company, which is cool. I didn't know that. But the company also provides marketing services to real estate professionals. Hello, that's how any real estate, website is in business. In 2015, reading from the article, the company also rolled out what it described as one of the largest banner ads in history. Now, just by reading that, I have a big problem with a company that is promoting and bragging about internet banner ads in 2015.
Yeah.
You're going to brag about your fax machine in 2004? Like, come on. What are we doing? A banner ad? Don't people
lost.
have the ad blocker on? I've never looked at a banner ad.
No, I don't either.
So I hope that management shifts up some things from 2015 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Was it 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Talking about banner ads?
Come on. I mean, hey, I really think they bought the
$156 million for a URL.
URL.
You're sitting on a couple domains.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
How many domains do you have right now?
I think I have like 65.
You have 65.
I just keep buying them. Like,
but doesn't GoDaddy say like suggested price if you ever want to sell any? What's like your highest suggested price?
Probably like $5,000 somewhere around there.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I know. I could.
Time to start flipping those and then turning them into NFT real estate purchases.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I do, and I have that ability to sell them. I just, I never have, and I keep paying for them every year.
What's ironic is like the domains you own. That's almost like NFTs of like 1998.
There you go.
It's
that's
like, hey,
exactly.
I'm gonna sit on this.
Think
I may make something big here, or someone else will want it for more.
When URLs came out, everybody was buying the big companies, right? So now that is exactly it. You can't buy a domain that is a three-word thing. That's what you have to go for is phrases now for any of this stuff. And, I bought these back, probably 2005, 6, 7. I was buying some up. But this is exactly the same thing. Now is the time to get in to buy these huge properties, these cool properties that people are going to be like, oh, I wish I could own that. Think about how much opportunity is there. There's going to be people that are going to want to buy these things. And it's a perfect opportunity to make some money. Yeah, it's cool.
What a juxtaposition between these two articles.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Truly. And you know what? What surprises me and that CoStar, right? I've always known about CoStar. I'm not a commercial agent. I know nothing. I hate commercial sales because they take forever. I don't know how people can stay into that because it's like, 3 years later, we just closed this deal. I mean, not all of them. I understand that. But that CoStar, a commercial real estate company, is now buying all this residential stuff. I'm happy for them and for the competition to Zillow. I'm happy to see it. I want there to be competition, but it's funny that a commercial real estate company does it and not a residential one.
I think Zillow is so massive that an acquisition like Homes.com is like, it's like a fly landing on like a horse.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
all right,
exactly
just
it. It's
swat
all these
this
other
out.
ants around this big this pile of whatever. Zillow is the big pile in the middle, and all these ants are trying to feed off of it. Zillow's just become an animal, and it's going to be a tough one to kind of take some of that piece of that.
I think there is room for multiple real estate apps on a consumer's phone, but after you download your third real estate app, I could see you going between, one or two, or maybe get a notification from that third one, and you're like, oh, I forgot about this one. Let me make sure it's still awful, and then I can never look at it again for like the next 6 months. But once you get to that third or fourth real estate app, It's like, okay, it's the reason that it's a third or
There's
fourth
got to
real
be
estate
something
app.
different to the market.
Right.
And you know, I think I'm going to talk to you about an app after this. We'll see.
Shawn loves the apps.
I love the apps, right? I was always telling Matt years ago, I'm like, I got this app idea. He's like, will you stop with the apps, man?
I'll listen, but I want to see, like, the next time you tell me about, all right, so tell me about this app, but the one after it, I want you to show it to me on the phone once it's already been developed.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
I made it.
this idea I turned into something.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, guys, well, that just about wraps it up for the Shawn and Matt show. What do you think about the super world? I know we're just only living in the real world, but if you plan on buying an NFT, something in the super world, definitely drop a comment down below. Would love to know what you buy, and if anyone buys the Belvedere, I'll be very upset, and I will pay a lot of money for that building. I've already looked it up.
Have you?
I'm going to go buy it right now.
You should.
All right, guys, until next time, we'll see you then.
Take care.